بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا. So inshallah we are going to have our lesson 9A. Let's just bring the slides. So lesson 9A and 9B, these are all going to be rule 1 to 16. Now rule 1 to 16 discusses about the remaining or the annual income after your expenses, after whatever you have spent. Now these expenses could be two types. One is when you have a business, you spend in your business. Another one is, no, you spend on your personal living. Let's say you have a factory, you're going to pay the bills of the factory, pay the like maintenance, your machine broke, your workers, all these, paying taxes of the factory. That is expenses paid or invested in order to have income. Okay, that is number one. Number two is expenses you have spent for your personal requirements or personal needs, for personal things. So we have business expenses, personal expenses. Lesson 9A, we are going to try to cover the business expenses, and lesson 9B, after it, we are going to cover the personal expenses. Now, so again, just a reminder for this slide which was done before, because these are ground rules. If you have understood these ground rules, then all the rules of rulings of and masail of Khums can be easily understood. So the owned item, you own something. It could be either for business, either personal, but you have not purchased it. You have inherited it. Dowry, these things are exempt from Khums. Or no, you have purchased it, but not for business. So the general rule is, and there are some exceptionals later on we talk, but general rule is this: whatever you have for business, okay, you have purchased for business or you have prepared it for business, whatever, you have prepared it for business. So general, then we can discuss the exceptional later on. Whatever you have prepared for business, okay, you need to pay the Khums on the increase in the value of that thing at the end of the year. We mentioned you have a shop, you have items in your shop, and those items are supposed to be Khums paid. So at the end of the year, like you have, for example, cell phones to sell. That cell phone is $1,000. Okay, its value of it is $1,000. At the end, and your home, that product is supposed to be Khums paid. At the end of the year, the value went up. Now it's $1,200, the value of that cell phone. So, but you did not sell it. We will say, if you're able to sell it and you did not sell it, then you have to pay the Khums of that 200 extra, because 1,000 is Khums paid. So 200 extra is an increase in the value. So next year, if it remains 1,200, you don't have to pay any Khums on it. Why? Because 1,200 is now Khums paid. So the value of a thing, if for the business, you have prepared it for the business purpose. So if it is prepared for the business purpose, then the increase in the value of that thing must be Khumsed if you're able to sell it and you did not sell it. Number two, inheritance. Whatever you have inheritance, if the value increases, you sold it in an increased value, there will be no Khums on it. The item itself is inheritance. Okay, so or it has been converted to another thing, but it is still inheritance. So inheritance, there's no Khums on the inheritance as long as it's not for business. Purchase item. You purchase item, but not for business. You got gold, but for as a personal saving, not as an investment. You got, like, for example, personal, it was not an investment. You needed to secure your money. You have a personal saving, you wanted to make it in a form of gold. Now, if that's an investment, it will go to the first section. But if it's for your personal, like jewelry, all these kind of things. So jewelries, you have gold. At the end of the year, the value increased. So you don't have to pay the khums of the increased value. However, if you sell it, then the extra profit will be from your monthly income, annual income. If it stays, that extra you got from selling your gold, extra increase in the value you got from selling your gold, if it stays at the end of the year, you'll pay the khums of it. If it does not stay, there's no khums on it. So that extra, which was your personal thing, will enter in your personal income, like as your personal income. So if it stays, you pay the khums of it. If it does not stay, like the example of the eggs, which we mentioned in the previous session. So these are some ground rules. I'll have to remind you from time to time, otherwise you will lose the thread of the rulings. So now we take this ruling number 1216. إذا اشترى عينا للتكسب. Why is it in red? Because it's for business. I purchased an item to do business. I purchased this cell phone not for my personal thing. No, because people in my country, for example, these cell phones are not sold in market, or they are rarely sold. So I purchased, for example, from Dubai, and I went to Africa. I went to here, and they're like many of our businessmen, they do in Africa. They bring stuff from Dubai. So they purchased this item, this cell phone from Dubai, for like $1,000. I know it doesn't worth $1,000, but hypothetically, or maybe, I don't know. So with this cover, yes. So this cell phone was $1,000. I bought it. And obviously the hypothesis is that when you put your money in business, you need to make sure that it is khums. We are going to mention this ruling in detail. But let's take the one of the important scenarios. Whatever you invest in your business, it needs to be khums paid. So this was $1,000. After paying the khums of the money, I purchased this. So $1,000 pure khums paid money. فزادت قيمتها في أثناء السنة. The cost of it, the value of it, increased during the year. Now this ruling talks about increase and decrease. At the end of the year, it decreased. So do I have to pay the khums of the increase? There are two sections, okay? So the value increased during the year, and I did not sell it. Why? Heedlessness, okay, and inattentiveness. I was not aware. Or no, I thought the value might increase more, so I left it. I said maybe the price might go, or any other purpose. Okay, so there was a purpose. There was a valid purpose for me not to sell. This is the key difference. There was a purpose I did not sell. ثم رجعت قيمتها. The value went down, okay, at the end of the year. So now there was an increase, and this is prepared for the, but I was not able to sell it, either because of the heedlessness, either because I wanted to have more price, I was expecting more price, or any other valid reason. I became sick, I traveled, this and that. I was not able to sell it. Okay, so that's the key word, able to or not able to. So he says, فَلَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ خُمْسُ تِلْكَ الزِّيَادَةِ. So the value increased, and it is for business. The rule says you have to pay the khums of it, even if you don't sell it. But here, no, because I was not able to sell it. See, this is the exceptional. From the main rule, you're not able to sell it, so you don't have to pay the khums of the extra. نعم إذا بقيت الزيادة إلى آخر السنة. However, if the increase stays until the end of the year, okay, and you are able to sell it, وأمكنه بيعها وأخذ قيمتها. You were able to sell it. That is the key word. That's why I've made it bold. And you were able to get the money off it. That means sell and get your money. فلم يفعل, and he did not do. وبعدها نقصت قيمتها. After that, the price went down. ضمن الخمس النقص على الأحوط وجوبا. Now you have to pay the increase which happened and then decrease it happened. Okay, so until the end of the year, the price was increased. The previous one, the end of the year, the price came down. So these are the two key differences. Number one, bullet number one talks about what? About I was not able to sell. Number two talks about I was able to sell. Bullet number one talks about the price came down at the end of the year. في رجعت قيمتها. The price remained at the end of the year. So this wording of Sayyidi Sistani, there is a difference in the wording. بقيت الزيادة إلى آخر السنة. So, but he did not. So that means at the end of the year, the increase is still there. And he was able to sell. He did not sell. So therefore, he has to pay the khums of the increase on the basis of obligatory proportion. Okay? Now, we come to the very practical and very important ruling. The annual expenses. What is exempt and what is not exempt? So there are two types of expenses we spend. Businessman spends on business. His khums paid money, $100,000 he paid $20,000. So now $80,000 is khums paid money. This $80,000, and remember, I'll just put this example as a standard. So whatever rulings we are going to mention, we will just remind you about that $100,000, which $80,000 were remaining after khums. So $18,000 was my capital of investment. Okay, my capital of investment, $80,000. I spent to buy a shop, I rent a shop, on all these are expenses to gain income, to have income, to have profits, benefits, okay? I'm spending, I'm investing to get benefits. So I'm paying bills, all these are recoverable expenses. How? That means at the end of the year, my 80,000 became 50,000. Okay? So the Sharia tells you, how much did you have income? I said my income was about 50,000. Okay, no problem. Your income 50,000, you need to pay the khums of it, correct? $10,000. We'll say don't pay now. Wait. Why? These are my profit. Yes. Exempt from this, these $50,000. Exempt from it, $30,000 of your deficit gone down because you paid the bills, you paid the shop installments, shop rents, maintenance, workers, all those you paid from your pure khums paid money. So we want you to recover your capital of investment because this is gone. Unlike the products, you cannot exempt the products. The products are remaining in your shop, like your tires and your cell phones and all the things which are, you cannot exempt that. That is still there. Your capital of investment is in two types. Your $80,000, there were two portions of it. One was the commodity, which will bring you money. Part of it you purchase products. So those $10,000 of tires or cell phones are still in your shop. So you can't recover that. Okay. But you paid $50,000, you paid $30,000 because from 80,000, let's say you have 50,000 left. 10,000 are the commodities in the shop. 20,000 was your actual loss. Loss means you paid, it's no more, it's gone. The rent is gone, the wages are gone, you don't have it. So you got $50,000 of net profit. So this net profit is still not net for the khums. So this $50,000, you have 50,000 remaining from your capital of investment, 80,000. Let's make this 50-60 so you will not get confused because similar numbers create confusion. So $50,000 is remaining from your capital of investment. Okay, 10,000 are in the form of your cell phones and tires. So 50,000 of your capital of investment is there, either in the form of cash, either in the form of product items in your shop. Great. So how much is your loss? How much did it come down? How much you don't see it is gone? 30,000. Bills, rents, hiring, all those taxes, everything's gone. So that 30,000. So, and how much was your gaining? $60,000. So the Sharia tells you don't have to pay the khums of 60,000. Take out the money which you lost it. Your 30,000, take it out from the 60,000. So now you put the 30,000 in your capital of investment, no khums, khums exempt, because your khums money was lost, khums paid money. So the Sharia loves to have give you your khums money back, untaxed, tax-free. So that's a tax-free because you already had paid tax of $30,000. So your $80,000 are there, alhamdulillah, covered totally, either in the product, either in the cash. Now what is remaining from your income? 30,000 are remaining. That will be khumsed. That will be khums. And how much will be the khums of it? 2 3s are 6. So $6,000 you are going to pay the khums. $24,000 remaining. Either you can use it in your personal expenses or you can add it to your capital of investment. So your capital of investment now will be $104,000 khums paid. So your capital of investment increased, or you spent in your household. Anyhow, so this is how the business works. The Sharia wants you to recover. Let's go to the slide and check if we have missed something. Okay. So focus with me. Say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. These are mathematics, and I know how people hate mathematics. Ruling number 121. So ruling number 1217. So al-ma'una al-mustathnat. Ma'una means what you need, what you require. Okay? What you require. So the earned wealth used in the requirements are exempt from the obligation of khums. Are of two types. The earned wealth which are exempt, okay, which are exempt from the al-ma'un al-mustathna min al-arbah, the earned wealth which are used in the requirements, which are exempt from the obligation of the khums, are of two types. So there's no khums on it. What are these? The expenses required to gain the profits. The expenses required to gain the profits and the annual income. Okay, so the expenses invested to get the profits, or the expenses of the requirements, personal requirements. So these are the two things: business expenses and personal expenses. Business, personal. Okay. So now in this session, we are going to talk about business, the way I explained. Remember that $100,000, you paid the khums of it, and then $80,000, your pure money you invest. But the Sharia exempts a lot of requirements to earn business from paying the khums. That means at the end of the year, you can recover your paid money which you spent in order to gain benefits and gain profits and gain income. So let's see the wordings of Sayyidi Sistani. وَالْمُرَادْ مِنْ مَؤُونَةِ التَّحْصِيلِ, and the meaning of expenses invested to gain profits, or the expenses required to gain profits. Okay, كُلُّ مَا يَصْرِفُ الْإِنسان, whatever a human spends in order to gain profits. I've bolded, so this is like a business. What are these? كَأُجْرَةِ الْحَمَّالِ, the labor, the workers. The worker was going to carry stuff for you, for example. These are examples. You can just spread this rule on anything which is applicable to you. Whatever you spend. If you have an office, you bought a cell phone for business. You bought a computer. you bought your desk, you bought your wiring, or you're paying for the Wi-Fi for the business. Nowadays, many people, they say, Sheikh, please give us some practical examples. These are practical examples, okay? So you may not be spending on coolie. Coolie means the worker who carries the load, okay? So this is like as basic as expenses you can make a record of it. So what you paid for the coolie, what you paid for the broker or the real estate agent, what you are paying for the shop, either the installments of purchase or the rent, what the taxes of the government, ضرائب السلطان كأجرة الحمال والدلال والكاتب والحارس, the guard, والدكان, the shop, ضرائب السلطان, taxes of the government, وغير ذلك, all whatever. See, all whatever includes whatever you do, okay, to gain business. Even small staple pens, okay, you can exempt that, and that there will no comes on it. So at the end of the year, from your profit, you can recover these. Keep the track of your bills, okay, like you keep the track of the bills of the government taxes, keep the track of the bills for God taxes. So God is most merciful. He allows you to exempt. He will not tax you on the tax paid money, because you used in all these your tax paid money, your Khums paid money. So Allah wants you to recover that Khums paid money before you pay the Khums on your net income. So تخرج من الربح, all these things you are going to take out from your net income, and then that will be the net of the net income. Okay, so ثم يخمس الباقي, and after that you'll pay the Khums of the remaining. Okay, let's take this last slide. So now you know how much flexibility Islamic law gives you. وَمِنْ هَذَا الْقَبِيلِ, and similarly to this rule, مَا يَنْقُصُ مِنْ مَالِهِ, deficits. Okay, I did not pay anything, but my cell phone now has been, I bought it for $1,000, for example, it is now $800. Cover the deficit. You purchase this phone for your business from Khums paid money. Recover it. You have the right to recover it, and then pay the Khums of the remaining from your interest. Because after 5 years, you may need to buy a new cell phone, because the cell phone is getting older and older and older. So even the depreciation value, Islam allows you to deduct it at the end of the year. Okay, he will give you an example. So وَمِنْ هَذَا الْقَبِيلِ, and similarly to this situation, مَا يَنْقُصُ مِنْ مَالِهِ فِي سَبِيلِ الْحُصُولِ, your wealth becomes down, the value of your wealth, the depreciation value, whatever in your wealth comes in its value, whatever wealth you have for the business, its value comes down, so you can recover that value. What is this? على سبيل الحصول على سبيل الحصول على الربح, in order to gain income, okay, investment. كالمصانع, such as your factories. Factories are machine. The machine are like human being. They have this wear and tear thing. They come down, okay. So it does, the value of this machine, if you try to sell it, it's not going to be same as you purchase new. So yes, so how much will be the value this year? You have to check the value, market value of that machine. Okay, it's the value I purchased for 1,000. Now this kind of cell phone, which is secondhand, is sold in 800. So I have loss of 200 to come down. Kalmasana, such as the machineries or industry. والسيارات, the cars. You have a hiring company of taxi. You have a rent a car. وآلات الصناعة, and the machinery and the tools and the equipments, everything which are used in the industry. والخياطة, in sewing. والزراعة, in agriculture. There are tractors, there are machinery there. وغير ذلك, it's a general rule. فإن ما يرد على هذه من النقص, whatever depreciation value happens in these items, or whatever deficit happens in the value of this item during the year, يتدارك من الربح. So this year, not the second year, no, this year, at the end of the year, you'll check the value of your things which you used it, your iPad, your computer, how much is the value? You will exempt those from your Khums, from your net income, because and you recover your Khums paid money. So the whole idea is recover your Khums paid money. Okay, your $80,000 need to be recovered. He gives an example, and we are done for this session. مثلا إذا اشترى سيارة بألفي دينار. If he purchases a car for 2,000 dinar, I said I'll convert it to dollars or euro or pound. So he purchases this car for $2,000 and he hired it. He's a company, he's a hiring guy. Okay, like nowadays, what they call it? Uber. You get a car, hire it to somebody, let him Uber on it, and he gives you rent monthly. وَآجَرَهَا سَنَةً. He hired this car for $400. He purchased for $2,000. He's hiring for 1 year, full 1 year, 400. What does that mean? That means that $400 is his income. Okay, the car is for 2,000. He's going to get $400. So $400 is income. ب400 دينار. وكانت قيمة السيارة نهاية السنة من جهة الاستعمال 1,800 دينار. At the end of the year, the depreciation value was $1,800. So how much deficit is there? 2,000 to 1,800, $200 deficit. Okay, so now this was Khums paid money. Give me my money back. Okay, don't worry about it. So your income was $400, okay? Net income after paying the bills and all the everything. So now the Sharia will tell you, take 200 out of that 400. Cover your $2,000, because after 5 years, you might need to buy a new car, okay? Or 10 years, whatsoever. So keep covering your depreciation value. So the value of the car came down 1,800. Now you want to recover it. You can recover the deficit. 200 is Khums exempt. No Khums on it. And then the other 200 you'll Khums it. Okay, so so that $200 is only going to be Khums out of 400, and 200 is your, and even this 400 you can cover maintenance. The car needs to be fixed and all those kind of things if it was not insuranced, or the insurance was in one of those poor countries. Okay, I hope this was clear. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. We'll take part B, which is personal experience, in our next session. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma